13 Pro because I have a 13 Pro. Most of my app icons I also got from Pinterest. The quality is really good. This is the last thumbnail that I made. And if I just go back, y'all can see like I add transitions, zoom in. Y'all, this is my second time recording this video. I'm actually not like upset about it because I was just about to like start editing the video, but I realized that I don't have an intro, which means that I didn't record the first 15 minutes of the video. So I'm just gonna take that as a lesson. I'm not gonna get mad over it. I feel like this is like a second chance, so maybe this time the video will be better and there will be less complications. As you guys read by the title, in today's video I'm going to be doing a what's on my iPhone 13 Pro because I have a 13 Pro. I feel like you guys will actually enjoy this video because I'm going to be showing you guys the apps that I use to edit my videos, like my thumbnails and my actual videos, because I do use an app to edit my videos. So I feel like you guys are going to enjoy this video. I'm also going to be starting this thing on my channel where I give a positive, maybe like a motivational quote of the day type of thing. The quote of the day is, be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Take that as you will. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into this video because I know y'all don't want to hear me talk for 5 minutes. Before we get into like the whole apps and like all the apps that I have on my phone, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what my phone looks like. I have like sticky stuff on my phone case, so let me just get this off. I have the Sierra Blue iPhone 13 Pro. This is what the phone looks like, and if you look from the side, the case doesn't even like fully cover those 3 cameras because they kind of like bulge out. I was actually supposed to get the 13 Pro Max, but I didn't end up getting it because this phone was cheaper and more like in my budget, and I actually like it. Like, it's not very small. I normally get like the bigger phone, but this one fits my hand perfectly. Okay, so when you first go to my phone, this is the wallpaper that I have for my lock screen, basically like some flowers and water. And when you open my screen, this is the first thing that I see when I unlock my phone. Both of my lock screen and home screen, I both got these pictures from Pinterest. Most of my app icons I also got from Pinterest. You can make your screen look like this basically with the shortcuts app. I also link like a video down below explaining how to basically customize your screen. The first thing that is on my home screen is this quote that says, don't wish for it, work for it, just to like give me some type of motivation whenever I open my phone. Let's get into this whole thing down here. The first app that I have is the Messages app, which you guys know what the Messages app is, where all of my messages are. Then I have the Instagram app. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. And then we have the Apple Music app. I was just listening to the Cadillac Records album. And then we have the phone app, basically where all of my calls and stuff are. On my home screen, I wanted things that basically whenever I wake up in the morning and I go to check my phone, which is not best to check your phone as soon as you wake up every morning, but I do that. So I just have like calendar stuff that you would want to actually look at when you wake up in the morning. The first thing that I have is my calendar. Basically what I use the calendar app for is to mark down like all of my nail clients and stuff, but I've been in school, so I haven't been having like any nail clients. Whenever I do have nail clients, I use the calendar to just mark all of my clients that I'm going to be having that day. So that's what I use the calendar app for. I really don't use it for anything else. And then the next app that I have is Gmail. This is just where I check all my mail and stuff for school and everything else. And then I also have the iCloud mail app, basically dedicated for iCloud. And then the next app that I have is the Bible app, YouVersion. Okay, so the next app I have after the Bible app is Fitness. I basically use it with my Apple Watch. It just like tells me how much I've worked out, all of my activity, all of that stuff. And then I have Weather, Maps, and then I have Clock, which this is my alarm stuff, stopwatch, timer, all of that. And then we have the App Store. Y'all know what the App Store is, where you get all your apps. We have Settings, Safari. The last thing I was looking up is wisdom teeth stuff. And And then I have my notes. I use my notes to like plan YouTube videos, just anything that I just feel like I need to note down, I put it in my notes. And then the last thing that I have is this widget that has a calendar. And then if we go over here, I have all of my money stuff, my shopping stuff, and then I have social media. Up here, the first widget that I have is this. It's a widget that basically I got from Pinterest, and it has money on like some type of blue fur. And then I have my banking app, I have Cash App. I actually designed this app icon myself too because I wanted it to match the whole theme of my phone. And then I have Venmo. I don't really use it. I used it for karate because we had to pay for our uniform, so that's the only time I ever use Venmo. And then I have the calculator app, and then I have the Walmart app. I use the Walmart app specifically when I'm in Walmart. If I'm looking for where something is, I'll go to the Walmart app before I go and ask an employee because I just find it more convenient. And then I have the Amazon app. Amazon is literally where I get everything. Sometimes I actually go and get clothes on here, which is very convenient because I also have Amazon Prime, so everything comes in 1 to 2 business days. Then I have Romwe, which I don't really get on Romwe. I'll get on Shein before I get on Romwe. This is where, you know, clothes and stuff are. Shein is also an app where there's like a whole bunch of different clothes. And then I have this smoothie app, which this is actually Smoothie King. I use this app to scan for points and stuff, so I'll pay through this app specifically, so it'll give me points. And then I have Messenger. Messenger is what I use to connect with my family. It's connected through Facebook, so the only time I ever get on Messenger is to talk to my family, like FaceTime and all of that, because they don't have iPhones, so we like do like group chats and stuff on there. And then I have GroupMe. This is where all of my classes and stuff are. I have a group chat with my apartment complex also. And then I have Snapchat. I don't really get on Snapchat because I don't know, I'm just not really active on there. The only time I am active on there is when I'm holding a streak, and whenever I lose that streak, it's like I don't even want to be on Snapchat anymore. So yeah, that's Snapchat. The next app that I have is Facebook. I'm never ever on Facebook, so honestly I don't know why I have that app. It's just like for family purposes. Anything Facebook related is for family purposes. And the next app that I have is FaceTime. Y'all know what FaceTime is. And then the next app that I have is TikTok. Make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. And then I also have Zoom. I use Zoom for school. Recently my history teacher he didn't switch us to Zoom. We can still go to in-person classes, but I use Zoom basically to get on my history class. And then I have this widget that says I can't talk right now, I'm doing hot girl I also made this quote too. I saw it on Pinterest, but they didn't have it like in any blue colors that I wanted, so I just made it myself. So that's that page. This is actually my whole YouTube slide. I'm not gonna get into this until after I get into this slide, just so like YouTube can be like the last thing, so I can really like go into detail with that. This is like a whole bunch of like random stuff on this slide. The first thing that I have is this battery widget. It basically like tells me what percent like all of my external devices are on. If I open my AirPods, it'll tell me the percent of my AirPods. It also tells me like what percent my Apple Watch is on, so everything that's connected to my phone. And then I have this widget over here which tells me how many miles I've walked today, and I've actually walked 3 miles today, which I'm really happy about. And then I have Hulu, Netflix. I don't really use those apps because if I want to watch something, I normally watch it on my laptop or on my TV, but I did used to use these apps when I was in high school, like in class and stuff. The next app that I have is Wattpad, and if y'all know, y'all know. I used to get on this like all the time in high school, but I recently like haven't really been reading any books on here, which I want to get into because I did like really enjoy reading books and stuff. Wattpad usually isn't the ideal place you would look to get books, but the books on here that people be making are interesting. In high school, I wanted to make my own book just from like reading other creators' books and stuff. And then I have the Roku app. This is just so that I could control control my Roku television. And then I have Prime Video. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Video. Basically, you can find like some good movies and shows on here. Some of these you have to pay for, some of them are free. And then I have LED lights, which is how I control the LED lights in my car, which I don't think my LED lights in my car work anymore because the wires are kind of like loose. I have this widget of clouds. I thought that was really cute, so I added that as a widget. That's all on that slide. I actually was supposed to, let's edit home screen. That's supposed to go right there. Over in the corner we have my camera. Let me actually show you guys the quality on this camera. The quality is really good, and it has like different settings you can put the phone in, like to where you can see all of this stuff, and then you can put it regular, and then you can also like zoom in. When you flip the camera, this is what it looks like. The quality is really good, y'all, and you can zoom it out like that. There's different settings that you can put the camera in. They also have the cinematic thing. You can record YouTube videos off of this camera and it'll look really good. If you switch the camera over, let's say we're just focusing on the camera, the whole blur thing looks really good. The next thing that I have is photos. The Photos app is where I keep all of my pictures and stuff. Then we have Fonto. This is the app that I use to edit my thumbnails. This is the app I specifically use to put text on my thumbnails. I don't use any other app for it. I use this app. They have custom fonts on this app, but I have my own personal fonts. I went to this website called The Font, and that's where you can find all of these different fonts. You can basically like look up your own fonts and then add them to this app. And then I have Google Photos. I don't really use Google Photos now, but when I used to use it, I used to basically back up all of my pictures and stuff to this app because I used to run out of storage a lot, so I just backed up all of my videos to Google Photos, and then I would delete them all from my camera roll just to like save storage. And then I have this widget that says now or never, basically correlating with my YouTube channel. I can start posting and being consistent now or never. And then I have this other widget that basically has like a YouTube flag, and it's like for inspiration. Then I have this app called Superimpose X. I used to use this to edit things. I still kind of use it every now and then. This app is super cool. There's a lot of different things you can do with this app. Sometimes I go on this app to like edit pictures and stuff. And then I have the Files app. This is where I get all of my fonts and stuff. This is how I download my fonts from Safari to put them on whatever app I want to put the fonts on. And then I have PixArt. PixArt is the main thing that I use to edit my whole thumbnails or whatever. I do everything on PixArt before I go into Fonto to add the text. Adding the text is basically like the final touch. This is the last thumbnail that I made, and if I just go back, y'all can see like I add all of this stuff before I go into Fonto to add the final like text. And then I have My Media. I use My Media to add all of my sound effects. I also use this app to put songs or music that I want to add to the background of my video, or if I just want to find any music and download it, I'll use this app. I also use this app to download green screens from YouTube to my phone. And then I have YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is where I look at all of my analytics. I also use this app to upload my thumbnails because I don't like to do it on my MacBook because it just never works. Like, it always says that the file is too big, so I just go on the YouTube Studio app on my phone and upload my thumbnails, and it's just easier that way. So that's how I do that. And I also go through here if I ever forget to add any details on my video on my laptop. I'll go here and do it, like add any tags or anything that I want to put on my video. I do that on YouTube Studio. And then we have YouTube. Y'all know what YouTube is. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. The editing app that I actually use for my videos is Lumafusion. This is where I edit my videos. Before I do edit my videos on here, I go on my MacBook and I do like a rough cut of my videos on iMovie. Everything is smooth on iMovie. I don't really like to do rough cuts on this app because it's just like hit or miss with this app. So I do the rough cuts on my MacBook, and then I go in on Lumafusion and I add all of the effects, text, everything else after that. This was my last video that I edited, so I do all of the like transitions, zoom in, green screens, everything, do it on this app. And then I have Pinterest, and this is where I look for like inspiration on hairstyles, nails, pictures, motivational quotes, all of that. I go to Pinterest for that. And then I have this widget of of a rose on fire. It looks like it's in water and I thought it was cute, so I just added it as a widget. And that's basically all on like my main screens. But if we go over here, I do have some more apps that I use. The first app that I didn't mention to you guys is the Widgetsmith app, and this is just how I get like all of my widgets and stuff. And then I have this app called Zillow, basically an app where you can look for houses and stuff like that. I'm using this app to kind of look into future apartments that I may want to get in Atlanta. And then I have this like game called Who's Lying, but I don't use this game. I've never opened this game and I've never actually played this game. And then I have Tinder. I don't really use Tinder to like find a relationship or whatever. I use Tinder to find friends, girlfriends on here. There's really no use for me to have this app because I'm never on it. I have Grubhub drivers because I was actually looking for a DoorDash or some type of delivery driver job. I never actually went through with it because there was always something, like too many people working for this app where I couldn't do it, so I just never ended up doing it. And then I have Indeed Jobs, which basically gives me like different jobs that are available for me to do. And then I have Magic Eraser, which is where I erase the background of things. And then I have Sudoku. I don't really know how to play this, but I remember my mom used to play it. And then over here I have the Followers app, which is actually an app that like tracks like my followers. Basically, if I lose any followers, if somebody unfollows me, I'll see that they unfollow me, and then I'll go and unfollow them back, because I really don't like when I'm following somebody and then they unfollow me but don't remove me as a follower. So I'll just go and look through here to see who's unfollowed me and I'll unfollow them back. And then I also have Life 360, which is like a family thing. Like some of my family members on here, and it's just like a safety thing just to like know where we are and stuff like that. And then I also have this app called Musi, which is another music app. I haven't used this app in a long time since I've switched over to Apple Music. This is like a free app where you can listen to your music or whatever. It's really good. If you guys don't have Apple Music, I suggest Musi because it's free. I also have Spotify, which I don't use Spotify to actually listen to music. I use Spotify to listen to podcasts. The only true crime podcast I listen to is Rotten Mango. They're really good and really interesting. So yeah, that's what I use Spotify for. I also have the Socratic app, which is like a school app. If you're looking for a question or you want the answer to a school related question, you can just go to Socratic and like scan the question and it'll tell you the answer to it. I used to use that in high school. I don't really use it anymore. The next app that I have on here, I have Boohoo, but I don't really use that. It's supposed to be like a clothing app where you can find like different outfits, but I don't really use this app. And the next app that I have is DoorDash. Y'all know what DoorDash is, where you go order food and stuff. Then I have the Etsy app, and I don't really use Etsy, but when I did used to use Etsy, I used it to find like different nail supplies. And then I have the Fashion Nova app, also a clothing app. Pretty sure everybody knows what Fashion Nova is. I also have Pretty Little Thing, which is also a clothing app. I actually prefer Pretty Little Thing over Fashion Nova because their outfits and stuff are more affordable. Then I also have the Planet Fitness app. When I was back at home, I used to go to the gym frequently, so I had the Planet Fitness app. The next app that I have is Shut Eye. I was actually recommended this app by a YouTuber, and I think you have to pay for it, so I haven't been using it because I'm not about to pay for a sleeping app. And then I think this is the last app that I have, which is called Sweatcoin. And Sweatcoin is basically an app that calculates all of your steps. You basically earn like points based on how many steps you make a day. I've had this app since like my freshman year of high school, and this is how much money I've gained. There are things that you can buy with this app. I don't know, I just like the fact that you can actually profit off of this app. Yeah, that's pretty much all of my apps. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below some other video suggestions you might have. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video.